Anna Barbauld was born in 1743 and died in 1825. Anna was born like any other kid, not knowing what she was going to do, not knowing what was going to go on in the world. And her father, John Aiken, was a master of his school, aka like a principal. And she was well educated. Of course, if your dad is somewhat of a teacher of a school, there goes your education. And Anna, when she was younger, probably didn't understand, but as she got older, she got more opinionated, and that's something she believed in, is that women needed to be educated for their husbands and for their children. Like, what kind of mother could you be if you weren't educated? So, she took that into consideration, and there she went. She learned how to read at like age 3, and off she went. She wrote her first volume in 1773, and it was called Poems. And then in 1774, she got married to Rochmont Barbauld, and they were well together. They ran a school, but the school didn't last extremely long because Rochmont got mentally ill and mentally unstable, where he could not take care of the school like he could have before, and so they were forced to close it and go on from there. And then after they closed it, she had all of this time, like point A to point B. This time, what was she to do with it? So then she took on editorial projects, and then in 1810, she produced a 50-volume set called The British Novelist, and then in 1820-ish, a harsh review came out in the quarterly reviews, and this man was basically bashing her for everything she believed in. It kind of knocked her off her feet, and it basically brought her career to an end.
The Mouse's Petition by Anna Barbauld. Oh, hear a pensive prisoner's prayer, for liberty that sighs, and never let thine heart be shut against the wretch's cries. For here forlorn and sad I sit within the weary grave, and tremble and tremble at the approaching morn, which brings impending fate. If ere thy breast with freedom glowed, and stop laughing at breast, and spurred a tyrant's chain, let not thy strong oppressive force a freeborn mouse detain. Oh, do not stain with guiltless blood thy hospital hearth, nor triumph at thy wiles betrayed a prize so little worth. The scattered gleans of a feast my frugal means supply, but if thine unrelenting heart that thy slender boon deny, the cheerful light, the vital air, our blessings widely given, let nature's commoners enjoy the common gifts of heaven. The well-taught philosophic mind to all compassion gives, cast round an equal eye, and feels for all that lives. If mind, as ancient sages taught, a never-dying flame, still shifts through matter's vain forms, and every form the same. Beware lest the warm you crush, a brother's soul you find, and tremble lest thy luckless hand dislodge a kindred mind. Or if this transient gleam of day be all of life we share, let pity plead within thy breast that little all to spare. So may thy hospital board with health and peace be crowned, and every charm of heartfelt ease beneath thy roof be found. So when destruction lurks unseen, which men like mice may share, may some kind of angel clear thy path and break the hidden snare. Found in the trap where he had been confined all night by Dr. Priestley for the sake of making experiments with different kinds of air.
In the poem, A Mouse's Petition by Anna Barbauld, it's basically about a mouse in Dr. Priestley's office and in his lab where he does animal testing. And most animals in his lab died. So Anna wrote this poem because she believed that Dr. Priestley should give animals more respect in his lab and when he operates on them. So she wrote about this mouse being mistreated in his office, and she was like basically an assistant for him, and she was protesting all of the animal cruelty in this time period because a lot of people in this time period were doing animal testings, and she was protesting against it.